Welcome to Red's Projects. Today, I'm going to be working on my ute. I've got a fair bit to do. I would like to hopefully get it running, or at least close to running, by the end of today. So I've got, obviously got to put manifold on, exhaust manifold, turbo, exhaust. I'm going to remove a lot of this wiring, and there's a whole bunch of other stuff to do. Got a few updates to show you, so stick around. We'll have some fun, and like I said, hopefully by the end of the day it's at least close to starting. Alright, made a bit of progress. Got the plenum on, got the engine harness on and plugged in, got the leads on, got fuel lines on, and most of that sort of stuff. Removed all the nitrous wiring and stuff. That's all laid out in the ground here. So there's what's left of the nitrous, the window switch, relays, some more wires I was using. I pulled out my old piggyback computer that I was using. So this is a very crude, basic kind of thing that it worked alright NA, but yeah, it's not going to cut it for the turbo now. So that's all going, and that's going because I finally got an Istune board put in my computer. So you send it away. They put this board that's about this big. I should have taken the cover off and shown you, but I'm not taking it off again. And then you get a USB cable. You can plug it into a laptop and use Istune software to program your factory computer. You can change injectors, do all sorts of stuff, more stuff than I'll probably ever need. So that's great. I'm looking forward to doing that. So I'll put that in as well. That belongs under the driver's seat. Another thing I'm doing, I'm swapping my wideband. I had this Innovate one, which was awesome, and you can data log with this. You can put more inputs into it, and you can record RPM, you can record temperature, you can record any sensors really. So that was great, but it was just a bit too big and bulky. Like I made up this little mount to go into the windscreen like a GPS, and it's kind of hard to watch as well when you're driving. And it has this cigarette lighter power source, so it's kind of temporary type thing. So I'm still going to use this for other cars and for tuning in general, but I'm going to put one of these AEM widebands in and have it on the steering column, have it permanent, fixed, and there all the time to watch. So be right in between my my tacho and my boost gauge, so I'll be watching everything I need to watch. So alright, that's pretty much, I think I've covered everything so far. Going to start putting the exhaust manifold on, put the turbo on. Okay, just a quick look at my manifold because I had a couple questions about it. It's really simple, just 3 of these steam pipe T's next to each other, a 90 back here, 45 up here, T3 flange with like a bit of square or rectangle box tubing type thing. These flanges here I had to make from scratch, and yeah, just a bit of stuff around, a bit of designing. This end comes from the other 3 cylinders, so it goes under the gearbox, comes up into here, these join up, turbo goes here, wastegate goes here. It looks very crude and look like it doesn't flow that well, but it works well. Boost comes on really quickly. Doesn't have any boost control issues, having the wastegate kind of being favoured over here instead of here, so that works well and doesn't crack. It's nice and thick, it's solid, it weighs a fair bit, so yeah, it works really well. And go put it back on. Okay, manifold's on, wastegate's on, screamer pipe's on. Time to put the turbo on. Now, as you might remember, this thing was smoking when I pulled it apart, and I put that down to the turbo leaking on the exhaust side, because in here is dry and in there is all wet. So I'm assuming this guy's no good, so I've got a new turbo. Exactly the same as the other one. Let's have a look. So exactly the same turbo. This one still has the internal gate on it. I've got to take all that off and put my just straight dump on it. So yeah, brand new turbo. I'm going to try and send that one back and get it replaced, or get money back, or get another one, or whatever works. No, nothing really interesting in there, but yep, brand new fresh turbo to put on it. So I'll take all the stuff off this, put it onto that one, bolt it on, and continue on. Okay, got a bit more progress done. I've got the new turbo on, intake pipe, airflow meter, air filter, the dump pipe, and most of the exhaust is on. Oil lines are on. Wastegate, I put the 7-pound spring in it, so that's ready to go. I just have to, if you remember how my intake was, I had this pipe here, roughly, and then between this joiner and that joiner I had this guy, and I had the pressure switch in it and the nitrous fogger. So I'm not going to be using either of those, but I'm going to use the water methanol, so I'm going to make up a fresh pipe that doesn't have all holes in it, and put the water methanol bung onto it. So I've got that to do. I've got the heater hoses. I want to get some better hose clamps for them, so I'll put those on. Then I can put water in it, put oil in it, and yeah, really it's not much left to do. Still a little bit of wiring in here to get it running. Once it's running, I've got a lot of wiring to do, to wire in some gauges and wire in the wideband and the computer and all that sort of stuff. So, and the water methanol, I need to wire that as well, put a relay in, and so, but to just get it to run and make noise, there's not much really left to do. So I've run out of time today. I've got to go out, go to dinner. So tomorrow night, hopefully after work, I'll be able to work on it a little bit, and yeah, we'll go from there. I'll keep this video going until it's running. So I'll see you tomorrow or the day after. Hey guys, I'm back. Ran out of time last night. I'm getting very close to starting this thing. I've got turbo or my intake piping on. I put my water meth injector on. I just put the check valve on so I don't have any air leaks, and I'll plumb the rest of it up later. I've got heater hoses and stuff on. I think I'm going to put some water in now and make sure I haven't got any leaks anywhere. Then I'll put some oil in it. And then I think I just have to put the battery in, put the computer in, and then I think I'm pretty much ready to start it. So yeah, stick around. Hopefully I have it running in a couple hours. Okay, I've got water, oil, power. I've just disconnected the coil, so I'm just going to crank it, make sure that I get oil pressure. Let's see. Oh, I got a fuel pump. Give it a bit of a break. There we go, oil light went off. It's a good sign. I'll just check a few things, plug the coil in, and see if it fires up. Okay, I think I'm ready to start. Now, not that you can tell, but this is genuinely the first start. The water is cold. I've still actually got to plug my coil back in. Yep, everything's cold. When I was just cranking it before to get oil pressure, I probably should have disconnected the injectors, or the plug for the injectors, because I could smell fuel straight away, so it's probably a bit flooded. The distributor's not going to be in the right spot, so it's probably not going to run properly. I'm sure there's other stuff I've forgotten, but it's got oil pressure. That's about all I can tell at the moment. So we'll just try and start it, I guess. I'll get that out of the way. And it's got no muffler on the back either, so it's probably loud. Oh! Holy crap! It's alive! Holy crap. Wow, it sounds really good actually. Really quiet. It sounds like there's a leak somewhere. It even sounds good. Last time I had it running it was half dead, so stay there. Sounds really good. I'm really excited, so I better turn it off actually. Oh, beautiful. Okay, I gotta check over a few things. I'll put the timing light on it, see where the timing's at. Check oil, check water, check the leaks. Oh, this is great. I'm excited. Okay, this is pretty cool. I've had it running for a little bit now. The temperature gauge is just starting to come up, so I put the timing light on. I don't know how well you'll be able to see it or if you'll see it. The timing is pretty much spot on. Actually might be a little bit retarded, I think. I can't remember which way it is. That's either sitting on 10 or 20. If it's sitting on 10, then it's going to be perfect, because I want to have it low a little bit until I can get the news tune set up and work out where to pull timing from. Now I'll put it back to normal. But yeah, amazing. I just put that distributor in, kind of lined it up, drew like a white line on it when I was on the other motor, and just kind of plonked it in, and the timing's bang on, which is amazing. Normally when you put a distributor in an engine, first time you start it up, you got to twist it this way, twist it that way, it'll fire up, and then you'll kind of get happy until it warms up. And so yeah, it's amazing, and everything seems good at the moment. I think I got a slight water leak from the thermostat housing, I think, so I might have to pull that back off later on, but I'm just excited that it's running and sounding good and great. I've got a bit of work to do in here, but sort out my gauges and all that sort of stuff, but it's running. That's the main thing. So I'll turn it off. I don't need it running at the moment, but yeah, it's great. I'll put the interior back together, sort out my gauges, sort out some wiring, set up the water methanol, and yeah, probably next video you'll see me driving it. So that's enough for tonight. I think I'm going to still work for another hour or two, but actually I'm going to have some dinner first, then I'll come back out and fix up a few more things, and yeah, keep working away. So thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.